I recently posted some videos on the pitfalls of buying from sites such as eBay and other online auction sites, and the issue is getting worse and worse as time goes on, and it's getting worse quite quickly, and eBay seem to be doing nothing about curtailing the dishonesty that's popping up in the eBay listings these days. But this is a good example of how blatant the lies are becoming in sites like eBay and in YouTube as well. A lot of the videos that keep popping up seem to have some very bizarre claims in them. But I thought I'd just do a very quick video to show this one because it is so blatant that it does amaze me that people are willing to make such bizarre claims, and the idea that this could be in any way factual or true is nothing short of bizarre. If you're not an electrical engineer, or if you're not familiar with batteries or electrically powered devices, then this might not make a great deal of sense, but if you look around, hopefully you'll see what I'm getting at here. Anyone that is familiar with battery powered devices has probably already seen what the issue is with this listing. Just to clarify, if we look at the claims for the batteries on these hand tools, and these are small handheld tools, then it becomes just crazy. If we look down at the specification for the three options that are available, the first one, and bear in mind these are small handheld devices, you can pick them up in one hand. The first one has a battery capacity of 128 volts at pretty much 20 amp hours. Okay, that is a huge capacity for a handheld device at all, but to be able to package that in something this small is ludicrous. I know that people claim that we've made huge advances in battery technology over the last 10 years because of electric cars, but unfortunately that's not the case. I fly electric helicopters, and one of the things we've always been looking for, well ahead of electric vehicle technology, was higher capacity batteries, and very little has actually changed in the last 10 years or even 15 years. The capacities have increased, but only because manufacturers are cramming more actual battery material into a given space, but the battery technology itself has remained fairly static. Now if you look at the average capacity for battery cells that are available, you'll know that a 5 amp hour lithium polymer cell that will give out 20 volts will weigh half a kilo or more, and that's optimally packed with plastic wrappings and not a metal case or anything. When you start looking at batteries such as the ones that are claimed here, then you're talking, even this small capacity one, the smallest capacity one, you're talking here about, you know, the best part of 16 times to 20 times that capacity. So even with the best wool in the world, the best you're ever going to do in terms of density for the battery means that that battery is going to weigh at least 4 kilos, probably a lot more. But it gets even worse than that. If you scroll down to the next option, you'll see that it's 200 volts pretty much at 25 amp hours. Now that is essentially 50 times the capacity of a half kilo lithium polymer battery, but still only weighing around half a kilo. To put that into perspective, if you look at your average electric bike, this is quite high performance electric bike batteries, then they're normally something like 48 volts at 20 amp hours, and they are very big things. They weigh 4, 5, 6 kilos each. But you can see straight away that this is just there's been no attempt here at honesty in this listing. It is just bizarre to think that someone will make this claim and try to sell this legitimately on eBay. Now, if any of you are interested and want me to buy one of these and do some testing to see what the actual capacity is, then please let me know, and I'll purchase one and do some proper testing on it to see what the capacities actually are. But just bear in mind, if you're going through eBay and you're looking for anything in particular, be very skeptical if you see claims like this that are 10, 20 times better than the average, and perhaps compare it with something like a DeWalt tool, sort of professional tools that are obviously going to be far more accurate in their specifications, where they tend to list the highest capacity battery they do at 5 amp hours at 20 volts, and they're about the same size as the batteries on these units. So in other words, how on earth are these guys managing to cram 25 times the capacity into the same volume as a top-end manufacturer? But anyway, as I said, if you're interested, let me know. I'll buy one and do some testing on it, but just be careful what you purchase on eBay.